Hi everyone, welcome to another Zohar reading for world peace. This is episode number 50, so congratulations also to everyone who's seen it through to this occasion. And now we're also in the period where we're heading into the holiday of Sukkot, and as usual we remind that all these holidays mark inner states, inner processes that we undergo on our spiritual journey from below, from this world, the world where we're encased in our five senses and egoistic perception, to the upper world where we develop a new sense, a new altruistic sense of reality. And that's what all these Kabbalistic texts write to us about. And today we're going to read some special parts from the Zohar in relation to this holiday and the inner processes taking place throughout it. But before we get into that, I'll just say hello to everyone who's joining from all around the world. And that's Carl from Pittsburgh, Sylvie, shalom from the Netherlands, Sean, love from Melbourne, Australia, Michaela, hello my beloved friends, love and peace from Romania, Albert, greetings from Germany, Patricia from Ohio, greetings to all the friends, Tolik, love from Brooklyn, Dewey, shalom, you're all from Alabama, Monica, love from the UK, Ed, hello from Northern Ohio, Sonia, love and peace from Oslo in Norway, Francine, wishing you a peaceful day from Portland, Oregon, Olu, hello friends, Annie, shalom from North Carolina, Akai, hello everybody, shalom from Peru, Shimelis from Ethiopia, Marina, hello friends, sending love from California, I'm seeing some names here repeating, Elizabeth from the Netherlands, love and peace to all, from Selma in California, and Eva from Woodstock, and I'm sure many of you also are checking out who'll be watching this afterwards. Jewel is also sending the greetings from Salt Lake City in Utah. And without further ado, we're going to get into and watch a clip about the meaning of the holiday of Sukkot. These are the words of Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman. Let's hear a little bit about Sukkot from him. Okay, and as usual, if you want to follow along with the text, we'll just show you how to do that. So just go over to Kabbalah.info, click on the section The Zohar, then click on Study the Zohar, and today we're going to be reading from the portion VaYechi. So it's this one, where is it? There we go, VaYechi, and Jacob lived. It's the first one, we got 3 parts there, it's a very long one. And also inside VaYechi, you'll already want to go to item 210, the section 4 species. So we'll already get into it. Zohar for all, portion VaYechi, section 4 species, item 210. Come and see how important are the works of the Holy King. In the deeds that are done below, they tie them with the high things above in their root. Since anything below in this world has its root above in the upper worlds. And when they are taken down and worked with, the act above awakens corresponding to them, in the roots in the upper worlds, like the hyssop, the cedar, which the Torah instructs to take to the purifier. 211. Some of them grip to the holy name above, such as lulav, palm branch, etrog, citron, hadas, myrtle, and arava, willow. Hence they need to be united and tied together, and work must be done with them, to shake them so as to evoke joy in the root, which is gripped to it above. In the blessing of the mitzvot and in the act of mitzvah, it is necessary to show in the thing below, to thus evoke the thing above its upper root. 212. It is written about it, every one that is called by my name, for my glory, so that I will be respected, whom I have created, to unify me. I have formed him to do good deeds unto me, and I have made him to evoke the upper force through it. 213. It is written, and on the first day you shall take for yourselves fruit of a citrus tree, palm branches and boughs of leafy trees, and willows of the brook. Every one that is called by my name is the fruit of a citrus tree. Whom I have created for my glory is palm branches. Whom I have created is the boughs of leafy trees. I have made him is the willows of the brook. The roots of the four species are the four worlds, Abiyah, Atzilut, Bria, Yetzirah, Asiyah. The citron corresponds to the world of Atzilut. It is written about it, everyone that is called by my name, since the Nukva Atzilut is called name. The palm branches correspond to the world of Bria. It is written about it, whom I have created in my glory. The bough of a leafy tree corresponds to the world of Yetzirah, and it is written about it, I have formed him. The willows of the brook correspond to the world of Asiyah, and it is written about them, I have made him. 214. The correction is as is written, and on the first day you shall take for yourselves. Precisely 5/10, since the 15th of the month shows that the Nukva, the 10th Sphira, implied in the number 10, rose and is included in Ima, which is discerned in the number 5, since she contains within her 5 Sphirot, Chagat Nah, each of which consists of 10. And when those 5 Sphirot of Bina shine in Nukva, Nukva is called the 15th of the month. At that time the moon, which is the Nukva, is in its complete fullness. 215. On the first day is the day that was the first to journey to the sources of living waters, the first of the 3 lines, which travel in 3 places. From their journeying, Hasadim that are disclosed in Chokhmah come out, and they are called living waters. The right line, Hesed, travels first, and we need to extend it in the world because Sukkot is the time for extending Hasadim, as it is written, and his right hand shall embrace me. 216. There is an allegory about a king who imprisoned people in his prison. His mother, the mistress, came and freed them. The king, who was watchful of her honor, gave them to her authority, and she found them hungry and thirsty. She said to her son, the king, I brought them to freedom. Give them food and drink. 2:17. On Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, Ima, Bina, brought everyone out to freedom, and we are hungry for food and thirsty for drink, since corporeal eating and drinking do not extend from Bina. Hence we fast and torment on Yom Kippur. For this reason she crowns the king, Zeranpin, the son of Bina, with his crowns, Mochin de Chasadim. On this day, the first in the festival, we know that living waters are with her, and we seek to drink to the one who brought us out to freedom, so she imparts Chasadim upon Zeranpin on our behalf. After we have been rewarded with Mochin de Chochmah from her on Yom Kippur, which is freedom. This is why we call this day the first day, Sunday. 2:18. That day, which implies to Abraham the Sphira of Chesed, is the beginning of everything. Where the clouds of glory surrounding lights is the beginning, where the first surrounding light is Chesed, and where the water inner light is the beginning. For the first inner light is Chesed, when Abraham began to dig wells of water. 2:19. The fruit of a citrus tree is Isaac's well, a nukva, which is called a well when she receives Chochmah from the left line of Zeranpin, called Isaac. Isaac adorned the Creator and called him a citrus, which is in Hadar in Hebrew, which also means glory. So a citrus tree. The nukva is the fruit of this citrus tree. The palm branches are as it is written, "The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree." Yesod is righteous, and there is no separation between Yesod and nukva. This is why it does not write kapot, spoons, which is how palm branches are called in Hebrew, but kafut, tied, from the words tied and bound, since they are never one without the other and are always tied together. By that the well nukva is filled with the well of upper living waters from Bina, since Yesod is filled by Tiferet first, and Tiferet by Bina. And from that the well is filled until it becomes a spring for all. 220. And boughs of leafy trees. This is a branch of the great tree, Tiferet, which prevailed and struck roots and became a tree that is higher than all, gripped from all sides. We're referring to Tiferet that contains all 6 Sfirot, Chagat Nahi, which grip it from all its sides. The branch is a leafy tree, a tree that grips the patriarchs because it is the middle line, which contains the right and left within it. Chug, Abraham and Isaac, Avot, leafy with an ayin at the beginning of the word, is like Avot, fathers, with an aleph at the beginning of the word, since the ayin and aleph interchange. This is so because the Yesod, which also means foundation, so the Yesod of the world receives from Tiferet and is filled so as to empty to the well, the nukva. It is a land that is all drink, since when the nukva receives from Yesod, she is called a land that is all drink. 221. Willows of the brook are 2, which imply to 2 streams of water, Netzach and Yehod, in which the waters gather for emptying into the righteous, Yesod, who receives from Netzach and Hod. Another thing, willows of the brook are Gvurot, which cling to Isaac, the left line, and come from the side of the upper stream, Ima, and not from the side of Abba, the right line. For this reason the willows are all beautiful, but they are not as sweet as the fruits and do not bear fruit. This is so because the dinim of the left are abundant and it does not bear fruit, even though it is beautiful, meaning there is chokhmah in it, since beauty implies to chokhmah. Hence it is implied in the willows of the brook, which are beautiful and do not bear fruit. 222. Willows of the brook are two pillars on which the guf, the body, stands, meaning netzach and hod. Also, willows of the brook are gvurot that extend from the left line. These gvurot continue in these nach, netzach and hod, and they are all to empty water to the well, which is to bestow upon the nukva. 223. You shall take for yourselves the fruit of a citrus tree, is Abraham, Hesed. Palm branches are Isaac, Gvura, and boughs of leafy trees are Jacob, Tiferet, and willows of the brook are the 2 degrees, Netzach and Hod. 224. We learn that the fruit of a citrus tree is Abraham and the palm branches are Isaac. This is so because the leafy tree is Jacob, who holds all parts, meaning that all 6 edges of Chagat Nahi are included in it, which is why he is called leafy tree. But the fruit of a citrus tree is Isaac's well, the lower Gvura, Nukva. Kapot Tmarim, palm branches, are written as kafat, tied, without a vav, meaning that it is a knot that is tied in the well. It is said about Yesod and Nukva that they are tied in their ties and do not rise without each other. And this branch of a leafy tree is the upper branch, which became a leafy tree that grips to each side, the whole of Chagat Nahi. Tiferet is the guf, the body. Chug, Chesed and Gvura, are its arms. Nach, Netzach and Hod, are its legs. Yesod is the Holy Covenant. Willows of the brook are Isaac on each side, which grips to the stream, Ima, and not from the side of Abba. Even though there are no dinim in the stream, Bina, hence the dinim awaken from there. 225. Willows of the brook are 2 pillars, Netzach and Hod. The heavens come out from them. 2 degrees, Netzach and Hod, stand on the degree of righteous, Yesod, and fruits and the collection of blessings come out from them. But willows of the brook, which imply to Netzach and Hod as well, neither fruits nor scent comes out of them. Willows of the brook imply to Netzach and Hod that receive only Gvurut de Yitzchak, Gvurut of Isaac, from the left side. Hence, they do not bear fruit because there are dinim on them. But when they receive the chasadim as well, all the blessings in the world come from them. 226. This is why a citron is held with the left hand, opposite the heart, and the palm branch with the right, bound with the rest of the species, and tied to all of them. This is so because a righteous Yesod is bound with all the Sfirot and tied to all of them. This is the tie of faith, to illuminate the Nukva, called faith. 227. All of those 4 species are the guests. They are the 7 Sfirot, Chagat Nahim, that the holy people invited on this day, as we pray during the days of Sukkot prior to the meal and say, "Come, you high guests." They must be found because he invited them, and one prays the prayer to the king in them. And he attains them through the 4 species, which imply to these Sfirot. Happy are Israel, who know the ways of the Holy King, and know the ways of Torah, to walk in the path of truth, and by which to be rewarded with this world and with the next world. 228. On this day Israel come out with written signs from the king, the 4 species, because they were triumphant in the din, in the judgment. These are the signs of faith, divinity, which the high king Ziranpin signs. It is like 2 people who came before the king to be sentenced, and people did not know which of them won. A minister came out of the king's house, and they asked him, "Who told them?" The one who leaves the king's house with marks of the king in his hands is the triumphant one. 229. All the people in the world come to be sentenced before the high king. He sentences them on the day of Rosh Hashanah, New Year's Eve, and on Yom Kippur, until the 15th of the month. During that time, all of Israel are rewarded with repentance and labor in building the Sukkah, in the palm branch, and in the citron. And it is not known who won the judgment. High angels ask, "Who won the judgment?" And the Creator tells them, "Those who hold my signs in their hands, the 4 species, have won the judgment." 230. On that day Israel came out in the inscription of the king with a song of praise. They enter the Sukkah with a citron on the left and a palm branch on the right, and everyone sees that Israel are inscribed in the lists of the Holy King. And they open and say, "Happy is the people for whom this is so." 231. Even the nations of the world rejoice in this joy, and are blessed by it. Hence they offer sacrifices on them each day, to place peace upon them, and they will be blessed from it. Henceforth one day of the High King, in which the people of Israel rejoice, as it is written, "On the 8th day you shall have a festive assembly, since this day is only from the King, whose joy is in Israel." It is like a king who invited guests, and all those in his palace toiled for them. In the end, the king said to the people in his palace, "Thus far you and I have all labored over the guests and made sacrifices over all the other nations each day, 70 bulls. Henceforth you and I will rejoice one day, as it is written, 'On the 8th day you shall have a festive assembly, you to offer his sacrifice for you.'" Coming up to, that's what we have time for today. Just before we go and watch another video with Kabbalist Dr. Laitman saying a few words about the meaning of Sukkot. Of course, the inner meaning, how it relates to all kinds of inner processes and structures and states that we undergo. Let's just say a few more hellos here to everyone who's reached out since we left off last time. And I think we were here at To Be Conscious. Hello everyone from Denmark. Hi Markos. It's from Kev there. I know that's Kev's writing. Gadir, hi all. Could you please tell what this video is about? I'll tell you, Gadir. This is a Zohar reading. We have these every week. Zohar readings. Probably should do another intro to them. There's a lot of material that we have on our site. I just mentioned before, you can go to this page here. If you go to Kabbalah.info, that's our main website, and click on the Zohar. So you have a lot of information here that introduces what the Zohar is all about. Here we're just reading through the text. It's not necessarily study, but reading. It's often been compared to reading the Zohar like a baby hitting buttons on a remote control, which is activating something there. And ultimately we do it to attract the surrounding light, which is the force from the spiritual world, and drawing it into our world. And it affects us here in order to what's called correct us, work on changing our intention from an egoistic one to an altruistic one. That's ultimately what we do here, work to become more connected, just like the forces of nature out there, which are functioning by laws of interconnection. So we try to match ourselves to those. And there's a lot in it. We're really here actually aiming toward the lofty purpose of creation, and it's a book written by a group of Kabbalists who attained that. So there's a lot about that here in this section. You'll also see here a banner where it says "Unlock the Truth Behind the Zohar." There's a course that leads to a Kabbu course that's called Enter the Zohar. So you can read a lot of introductory material. The Kabbalists, such as Baal HaSulam, went to great lengths to write introductory material so that people could calibrate themselves properly toward the reading of this text, because it's a very high one. So that's just a few words for your question there, Gadia, and I recommend delving deeper into the materials there. So also Jadil Som Gomes from Brazil, how are you? Jocelyn, much love from Ontario. Gadir is asking another question. Is it the Bible? It's actually a commentary on the Torah, Zohar. That's actually what it is. But read some material about it. You'll see that there's a lot to this text. Ashley, shalom from Chicago. Love to everyone. Olu, thanks for this, everyone. Seeing some names returning here. Warhol, hello from Prague. Francine, Michaela. Yeah, we're seeing some names coming back. Knowledge, what's Sukkot's connection to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? Actually did a video exactly this time last year called something like the Tishrei Holidays Explained, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur and Sukkot. It's here on our channel, so you could just do a search for that on our channel through the live page of our Kabbalahinfo channel. You'll be able to find that video. It's exactly what that answers. I'm seeing getting to more and more questions, friends, but that's all we have time for now. So we'll get straight into, also just say another few words here to Stephen from Michigan as well on Facebook, and also Mustafa, how you going there? And Iveta also saying shalom from France, also in Facebook. It's great to be joined with you all here. So thank you all. It's been great being here once again with you, and we're going to go to another clip from Dr. Michael Laitman, Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman, explaining more about this period called Sukkot and the holiday of Sukkot from a Kabbalistic perspective. So we'll leave you with that. And until next time, Zohar reading for world peace. It's been great being with you.
חג הסוכות הוא מסמל לנו תהליך מאוד פשוט ומאוד יפה, שאנחנו לוקחים פסולת גורן ויקב, דברים בזויים בעצם, אין בהם שום דבר, זורקים אותם, שורפים אותם, ומעלים אותם מעל הראש שלנו, כדבר הכי חשוב. מה זה פסולת גורן ויקב? מידת ההשפעה, מידת האהבה, מידת החיבור בינינו, וזה מה שחג הסוכות דורש מאיתנו. שאנחנו נעלה את החשיבות של חיבור ואהבה למעלה מראשינו, ויבנה סוכת שלום, וכל העולם ייכנס תחת הסכך הזה הגדול, וכולנו יחד נהיה כאגודה אחת. זה מה שמסמל לנו חג הסוכות. אז נזכה למצב שהוא באמת כולו סוכה גדולה, סוכת שלום. חג סוכות שמח.
Mm-hmm.